Hello everyone, and welcome to our Cellercise program. Tonight, get your Cellercisers out. We are going to do an exercise routine that's more for strength building, and we're going to work on certain areas of the body while we're doing the Cellercise. Hope everybody's well. If you have any questions, please start writing some of those questions down. I'd love to answer them. Brooklyn is sitting here in the back, and we're ready to go. So let's start off by reading some customer reviews, and then we'll answer some questions. And yeah, keep the questions coming in. Thanks for joining us. All right. Green says, hi there, I just got my Cellerciser excited, and I wonder, what are these for? Are they extra parts or supposed to be used as part of the assembly? Please advise and thanks. And I went down to get the parts. Got distracted. So basically, she's talking about washers, some bull horns, and some push pins that come in with the Cellercisers. Now, the push pins actually fit inside the bar to replace a push pin should it break. You've got the washers that go on the rubber feet that go on the leg, and then you have the bull horns, which are, can you see those? Can they see this? No? We'll bring it up. But these bull horns here, if somebody were to accidentally land on one of them, and if it bent it, that can be replaced. And so we just include those because it would be very difficult for you to be able to find those on your own. So, all right. Okay, here we go. Patrick writes, been using my Cellerciser since November of 2020. It healed my body and all my joints back to literally better than in my prime. As a matter of fact, it has created a new prime. I'm back to doing backflips on the ground and discovered that I was capable for the first time in my life at 41 years of age that I can perform Jean-Claude Van Damme moves, leaping, spinning back, roundhouse kick that I never could do before. I was a lifelong advocate of resistance training from 15 to 39 years of age. My last workout with weights was April 12th, 2021. I haven't needed or wanted anything except the Cellerciser for my training in over the last 2 years. And I am without question in the absolute best shape of my life. I'm so glad you said that because I can relate to that myself. People think the Cellerciser's not going to provide what all these other typical exercises can. And although it is different, the Cellerciser can give you a whole lot of additional things that you're not going to get in traditional exercise. So again, for over 30 years, this is the only exercise I've gotten. This is it. And it's kept me in some pretty good shape. I could probably do a backflip on a trampoline. I did that with Brooklyn not too long ago. But age is, when you're Cellercise, age is just a number. Don writes, David Hall helped me to get my exercise plan set up. He went above and beyond to help me. Thank you, Don. Cellercise has made a difference in helping me to lose weight and to benefit my exercise program needed for a senior citizen. Thank you, David Hall. And then Beth writes, I just wanted to say thank you. I started using a rebounder last March. I was 216 pounds, hadn't exercised in 11 years because of ankle and back issues, back surgery and ankle surgery that kept me from being able to exercise without pain. I found your YouTube videos and started doing your 10-minute beginner's video every day for 2 months, and that's all I did to exercise. At the end of 2 months, I was shocked to discover my ankle and back were rehabbed to the point that I could exercise without pain or injury. I could dance again, which is something I hadn't done in about 15 years. Today, I'm 30 pounds lighter. I'm able to safely exercise 2 hours a day, Cellerciser, dance, rowing machine, Pilates. I take dance classes throughout the week and have been in 3 dance performances in the past year. I signed up for I don't know what that is, a Patellofemoral dance company, summer dance intensive, and am loving all the opportunities that I now have to move and learn and dance. And it all started with the Cellerciser videos, your post for free on YouTube. I still do the 10-minute beginner video every day as part of my exercise routine. It has been a life changer for me. Thank you. And thank you for being willing to share your stories that make a difference. I know that there are a number of people that tune in every couple of weeks just to be able to hear the stories that so many other people are benefiting from. Now we're going to go through some questions. And some of these questions are pretty intense. I'm going to go through and answer as best I can, but again, I offer as a caveat, this isn't to take the place of medical advice. If you have a medical condition, then please consult with your doctor. I work with doctors. Your doctor is more than happy to give me a call so that we can plan a program that would be most effective for you in your personal situation. And that's what it's all about. My objective, and you've heard me say it before, is not just to sell you a Cellerciser. I think is the best unit on the market. The mat material will not stretch out like typical rebounders can. The steel springs do not stretch out like typical rebounders can. We have people that have been using it for over 20, 25 years. It's an investment, a one-time investment that we want to offer you a lifetime of benefit. But the objective is to help you get results. And that's why we do this. So if you have questions, please feel free to write in your questions. In Brooklyn, you can feed those to me. Okay. Okay. Another question from Brenda regarding the same question respecting the extra parts. Brenda says, what are these for? Oh, Tracy says, do you think a 10-year-old Cellerciser that was only used for a year is still a good purchase? Yes. This unit I would buy again. This unit here is 17 years old. Oh, it's 18 years old now. That's right. Yeah, 18 years old. It has been used by thousands of people all around the world. It's gone on with me with lectures. We use it every single night. We've never replaced the spring. The mat material, you can see, it's still in excellent condition. It's not squeaky. So you can hear it's a quiet unit. We broke it in. It does great. There's, 10-year-old unit, as long as it's been treated well or normal, it should be fine. If it's been left out in the sun, or because we've got those that have been out in the sun, rain, and snow for 16 years too. But if it's down by the beach, there is salt in the air, and that can corrode the spring. So you just want to look at it and make sure it's in good condition. If it looks in good condition, it's probably in good condition. So, says I am unsure of the lifespan of this what the Cellerciser is. So are we. We've got some that have been around for decades. I would like to try one before purchasing a new one, but do not want to waste money on one that might fall apart. Cellerciser does not fall apart, and for those of you who are watching, you can comment on that. They're built like a tank. Someone has a 10-year-old one for sale on Facebook Marketplace near me. They said it had hardly been used. Have you changed the Cellerciser a lot in the last 10 years? No, we have not. That sounds like if it's a good deal, then absolutely jump on it. It's hard to find used Cellercisers. When people have them and they've tried them, they hold on to them. Generally, if they do let one go, it's because it may be somebody who's left it to somebody else. We've had divorce relationships. We've had a number of different reasons where people will let it go, but it's generally because they really don't understand the value of what Cellercise can do for them. Raja writes, while jumping on the rebounder, Do I have to actively hold isometric contraction to see definition on the body? If so, please give more details as to how to go about it, because I definitely want to progress to the next level. Thanks in advance. And yes, Raja, if you're bouncing up and down and you tighten your muscles, you've got an isometric with a weight isotonic, weight-bearing activity that's going to help improve results. So, good questions. Do you have tutorials for beginners? I injured my left kneecap from running with weak muscle imbalances. My doctor said I have, Brooklyn, you can probably help me with this, Patellofemoral Pain Syndrome, which is
Patellofemoral Pain Syndrome.
Yes, that's a runner's knee.
Knee and upper leg.
Knee and upper leg. This symptom is annoying. Please help. And yes, we begin just the way I'm going to begin here tonight. The baby bounce, gentle movement up and down, pumps circulation, helps reduce inflammation, increases oxygen, blood flow. Rocking side to side, you're bending at the knee slightly as you're rocking left to right. Your hips are dropping into the mat. You're applying that increase of weight on the supporting muscles and ligaments around the knee, on both sides of the knee. Doing the Jamba walk is also a technique that we won't do it tonight, but that Jamba walk can also help to strengthen the whole front part of your leg and your knee. Okay, Catherine writes, the knee routine from the last live, where will I find this workout on the Mr. Rebounder app? Was it downloaded to our apps? The last knee routine. I will check on that and see what the status of that is. I know what you're talking about. Thank you, Catherine. Do I still need to do resistance training? Can I add light weights when I jump? I don't think there's much that qualifies as lightweight, because when you take even a 1-2 pound weight and you're bouncing with it, it's not 2 pounds when you come down with that G-force or that weight-bearing activity. And holding weights leverages it to some part or muscle group of the body. We've had people that have had issues when they were holding weights with the scapula, the back, because again, remember, it's leverage, which means these muscles are working harder, and it can take months of therapy if it gets real tight back there and you have to open it up. But there are some people that do it. I don't believe you need to. I've tried it before, but I just do the resistance movements, and that's kept me in pretty good condition. All right, and with strength. Tammy writes, will the Cellerciser help with sarcopenia? Can the Cellerciser reverse it? What's that, Pricky?
What is it called?
Sarcopenia.
It's like muscle loss.
Muscle loss? Mm-hmm. Oh. Well, yeah, Cellercise again is weight bearing on all the protein fibers throughout your entire body. So when you apply weight over and over 100 times a minute on these protein cells, the membrane in the cells are fortified with more protein. The cell doesn't want to rupture, and so it's the increase of resistance that sends a signal to the cell, hey, we've got to get stronger. We've even had people that can't do it themselves, but were sitting on the Cellerciser while somebody else was helping to bounce them up and down, and their muscles still grew stronger. So the cells don't care where the weight comes from. It's just an increase of weight that causes them to adapt. I'm assuming it does, Ken, but would like to get your thoughts on the subject. Thank you for all you do for us and for sharing your knowledge and wisdom with us. And you know, it goes both ways. You have shared so much with me, and I've been able to learn from what you've shared. And I've learned, as I've mentioned before, a great deal from doctors and health practitioners. Oh boy. I have bone on bone in 2 knees. Will this help me? We've had that situation a number of times with people where Cellercise was the only thing that they were able to do while they rehabilitated and strengthened their knees. So if it's bone on bone, it's not going to feel very comfortable. You can opt to get injections in the interim, and then as you're walking on the Cellerciser or doing the the jumbo walk for the front part of the knee, the rocking side to side for the lateral knee. As those muscles and ligaments get stronger, they help support the joint more effectively so you retain more fluid and less pressure on those bones. And it has helped countless numbers of us. Shay, any tips for flat feet? I know you have to be careful with jumping exercises. We've had a number of customers with flat feet who got on the Cellerciser, and just from the baby bounce, where they were lifting their heels up and down, they began to strengthen underneath the foot, and their arches started to come back. We have one lady who was talking about how she was washing her dishes one night, and as she was washing her dishes, and she realized that her feet had an arch, which she hadn't had before. So it wasn't just flat-footed anymore. Yeah, but give it time. You don't have to overdo it. Muscles, bones, and ligaments will adapt to the challenge we give them. So start off gently and allow the body, those bones, those muscles, ligaments, to fashion, to start to compensate for the movements that you're doing when you're on the Cellerciser. Chris, low back pain, stiffness. My hips almost feel locked up and I have great difficulty leaning over the sink, putting on socks and shoes from private. Oh, okay. And she continues, the biggest problem I'm currently dealing with is my low back giving me much pain. It's very stiff and I can hardly bend over at the sink and even putting pants on each day. I am embarrassed to say that I have to hold on to a wall to do so. I never had this problem. I am overweight, not obese, 5'6", 155 pounds. Just to give you an idea of my frame, I don't understand why I can't find comfort in sitting, standing, or lying down without throbbing lower back pain. I do have to physically carry and lift a 35-pound toddler around here, and they're in and out of the car, seat, and chair. It's terribly painful, but unfortunately I have no way around doing these movements on a daily basis. I'm aware I have lumbar lordosis, anterior pelvic tilt. I know my flexibility is horrible and my core is weak, needless to say. Trying to fix that now, but my hips, low back, feeling locked up when bending forward is an entirely new issue for me. If you have any suggestions for massage techniques on the Cellerciser, I would be most grateful for your help. And thank you for submitting that question, Chris, because we've had numerous people who've had similar issues. And we have a program and exercises on the Mr. Rebounder app that address back issues. And just some of them, again, gently moving up and down, less jarring than walking on the ground, but it's pumping. Your weightless weight, rocking side to side, gently allowing the hips to drop down into the mat. You can lift your shoulders up and down. As you're lifting the shoulders up and down, you're moving the vertebral joints and the muscles and supporting muscles and ligaments up and down all along your spine, helping to pump and increase circulation to the disc while you're increasing flexibility as well. So this is a great technique right here, just very gentle. And then gently doing the twist. Your feet are in the same position the whole time, but gently twisting starts to work on the lower back. You can lift your arms up if you want to work the upper back. And those movements are great. Then we teach graduated movements for the back, sticking your elbow up, leaning to the left a little bit so you feel the stretch in the back. The moment you feel the stretch, you stop, hold the position, gently bounce, allow the movement to loosen up the tissue and increase flexibility in the cell membranes. And do the same thing the other way. To target the lower back, you can lift your elbow up, lean to the left, and as you're gently moving up and down, we just take our right foot and cross it in front of the left foot. And as we keep that leg straight and we do that gentle tilt, it stretches the lower back, ending up with a gentle movement. As we open up the vertebral joints and the disc, we help to increase circulation again to those discs, so it imbibes them with more synovial fluid. We take more pressure off the vertebral joints and off the nerves, and we start to increase flexibility in the back. So those are some of the techniques. There's a great technique That involves two people, and many of you have seen me do it, where you actually lie down on the Cellerciser, put your feet up on a chair, wrap up a towel behind your head, you're lying down, arms are out to the side a little bit, somebody straddles you, they gently push down into the mat. So you're pushing down into the mat, and you're gently moving up and down without any of the vertical pressure. And that starts to increase circulation to the back. Feels like heaven. You have back issues, you need to try this. Again, your feet are up on a chair, your knees are bent. I demonstrated on our Cellerciser, our Dave Hall Cellerciser YouTube channel. And then after several minutes of moving up and down, we can rock side to side. The hips are gently going to pivot, which is helping to further loosen up the muscles, and you're pumping fluid circulation. And the stories on that have been nothing short of miraculous. Simon, any specific exercises for bouncing after bunion surgery? No, you want to have some support there, some kind of a soft support while you're doing it, but the moving up and down can help increase that circulation. If the doctor says have some ointment or something on that, again, listen to your doctor on that, but the Cellerciser is simply going to help to increase circulation, and that helps to expedite the healing process. Susan, what is the best way to strengthen the ankle on the Cellerciser after a severe sprain? It's been about 7 weeks, and I'm now finally able to leave the mat a bit. Sit bouncing on the Cellerciser saved me for the first 6 weeks, good girl, because I was able to get my workouts in. And yes, I think many of us have dealt with, I've had broken ankles in both my ankles, and this movement up and down, it's just been wonderful. But when I first broke it, it was over on the side like this. And the movement up and down helped to move fluid. There's one-way valves. They start from the toes and work their way up through the lymph system. And as you're moving up and down, you're helping to move fluid, blood circulation through those one-way valves back up to the heart. But it's the weakest area of circulation in the body. So it's often hard to have that area of the body heal effectively or quickly. So that movement up and down, it expedites the healing process. So, and it's very, very gentle. Florine writes, are you drinking any juices? And if so, which one is your favorite? I had that recently. Yeah, I drink juices. Let's see, the last juice I was drinking, I just finished yesterday, was a grapefruit juice. I like grapefruit juice. I don't know, I think it's an acquired taste. I had it when I was young and ended up liking it. So that's one of my favorite juices. There's cranberry juice and orange juice, and I'm sure, share yours. Go ahead and share your favorite juices with us, and that'd be great. Okay, any other questions, Brooklyn?
Yeah.
Okay.
Are there any exercises for groin and quadriceps injury?
Yeah. The back, the leg, quads. Again, gentle movement up and down, bending at the knee slightly, rocking side to side, very gentle, but you're working this muscle. Standing on the Cellerciser, pushing down, very gentle, but it's going to work on the biggest muscles of the body, and that's going to be in the quadriceps, in the buttocks. And so those movements, just simple, just focusing more on building up. In fact, it's so intense, the Jamba walk and Jamba run are so intense, it can actually improve, or doctors have suggested that it's so intense it could actually improve capillary growth in those areas. Definitely will open up circulation that might have been compromised some. So that's good. Anything else, Ricky?
I have SI issues along with the psoas being extremely sore. Is there an exercise for this?
For what? Solar plexus, did you say?
The psoas.
Oh, the psoas muscle. Yeah. Okay. This gentle twisting, the psoas muscles, the muscle deeper underneath on this side of the vertebral joints of the back, and that can get tight. And when that gets tight, it can be painful because it's putting torque on the skeletal system. But this gentle twisting here, you can actually kind of lift up. You lift up and then do the twist. And as you lift up and do the twist, you can often feel those muscles on the inside just by doing this. And the objective again is to loosen those muscles up, this one here, so that we can get rid of the stress, tension, open and increase the flexibility. Anything else?
My wife has spinal stenosis and wants to start exercising. I bought her a rebounder 2 years ago and she hasn't really used it. Would it be okay for her to start rebounding, and would the rebounder exacerbate or help the spinal stenosis?
Oh gosh. Yeah, spinal fluid movement is critical in the body. And one of the advantages of the Cellerciser, we know through other doctors that I've worked with, the Cellerciser can help move that fluid. And it goes a long way into helping to increase that spinal fluid movement. So yes, again, consult with your doctor, make sure you can exercise, but I don't know of anything better to create that pumping action that helps open up that circulation. If you go to our website and you look up Dr. Jeff Hanks, he actually has a letter that he wrote with regards to the movement on the Cellerciser and what he believes it will help do with regards to the spinal fluid movement in the body. You'd find him under our customer reviews, back health, or just by looking up Hanks. Anything else, Bricky?
What about spinal stenosis?
Yeah, that's basically what we're talking about is increasing that spinal fluid movement. And that's what those movements that I'm sharing with you can do on the Cellerciser. So, anything else?
Were you talking about Dr. Jeff?
Yeah, Dr. Jeff Hanks. Yeah.
Okay.
Anything else? Okay, let's have some fun. This is going to take a little bit of time. It's not a high intensity aerobic activity. There's a couple parts that are intense. When we do the sit and bounce, which is going to be really working that core, when we do that one, you can have your feet on the ground while you're doing it. So you're gently bouncing up and you help support your back, or you can do it. There's many different ways of doing that. But other than that, let's get started. Oh, I'll let you guys watch this one and I'll watch that one. Okay, always gotta remember to do that. Good. So I'm gonna go back for those of you who have the new little wireless monitor, and we have some more of you that are doing that, and congratulations. We're gonna go to the settings. Hit settings, connect Bluetooth device. The little Bluetooth device is here, it fits on the mat. So I'm going to press that button, and then now it's connected. I'm going to go back and go back to my workouts. We're going to go to the strength one. Where is that? Okay, it's under my workouts. I just did it. No, it was there a moment ago. I've had it happen before where it's been right in front of me and I didn't see it, but I'm not seeing it. There it is, right there, see? Right in front of me. Okay. So we're going to get started. I'm going to turn the music up a little bit. A little less. All right, that way you can hear me. So we're gently moving up and down. Now, if you want to, you can tighten your core. You can tighten the muscle that you're moving it down. It works just a little differently. The movement up and down when you relax just massages and opens up circulation. Contracting and tightening up helps restrict circulation a little bit, but it's working the muscles. So it's important to do both if you want to get good results. So we're going to do this first. Hopefully you can see that. And they see that okay, Ricky?
Yeah.
Great. 12 seconds ago. So if you push against it too, you're going to be working underneath your arms as well. And you can feel that. It's just resistance movement. Okay, hip rock. Now, as you're doing that, I like to just kind of lift the shoulders up and down too. Because it just helps to increase that flexibility. Now, you'll notice a difference if you try to stand tall and do it. Don't do too much, but as you stand tall and move side to side, you're going to feel those muscles in the waist, the psoas area as well. If it's tight, it starts to loosen that up. But keep in mind, when you're lifting up, you don't want to pinch a nerve or just do it so it's just a little bit each time, and you will get more flexible. And in some cases, it's even improved people's height. Okay, now we're going to go to the next step. We're working the smooth muscles. So we're working the kidneys, liver, spleen, gallbladder, the pancreas, the adrenals, the lower back, the colon, the intestines. This is the second most important activity I teach on the Cellerciser. If you want to work the upper back, just lift those arms up a little bit. Go easy. We don't know how much space we have between the vertebral joints. So you start off easy and then it just gets better. There's a number of companies out there that are really trying to disparage the Cellerciser. We continue to make a good quality unit. I have not at any time compromised the integrity of the product. Okay, we're pushing in. Kind of lift those elbows up, push in. We're working the chest and shoulders. But as, and they're constantly saying, see how squeaky the Cellerciser is. Well, my unit is built just like everybody else's unit. And if you follow the instructions, eventually, if you have any squeaking at all, it can disappear. And you can tell this is very quiet. Springs, now we're going to pull apart. So kind of arch your back a little bit, and we're pulling apart. But our springs, unlike other units, they don't stretch out. Our mat material, again, as I mentioned earlier, it won't stretch out. You can't stretch it out. It's a stay-safe material. So it helps support your feet. There are people that get pushing in now, that get other units, and they start off, oh wow, this feels just as good as a Cellerciser. And within a month, when their mat is stretched out or the springs are stretched out and their feet are pronating, tilting in every time they come down, causing ankle problems, knee problems, back problems, and they often realize that it's not the same time to put them. So if you have a Cellerciser, you've got a great unit. Okay, we're going to do the same thing again, pulling apart. Okay, pushing in again. So do the last set of these. See, the bouncing up and down while you're doing it is applying more weight on the whole body not just the shoulders or the deltoids. You're increasing weight on everything, including the shoulders. So it's a little more intense as you apply an increased amount of weight. Okay, last time, pull apart. Okay, in 10 seconds we're going to do the front kick. Now, if you're not comfortable doing the front kick, just jog in place and tilt backwards a little bit. By tilting backwards, we leverage our body weight right there in the core. A little more intense than just doing a sit-up. You're not just moving your weight away from gravity, you're also increasing the weight of gravity. Tighten your core if you can. Now, if you get tired, just do the baby bounce. Seconds. Okay, when we're done with this, we're going to do the twist. Five. Okay, so now we're twisting and lifting up again so we can loosen those muscles. Okay, after this we're going to do the power breathing just to get some more oxygen into our bloodstream. And that exercises our lungs. Don't do too much if you're not used to it. Okay, sit and balance. Fifteen seconds. Five. Oh, you did that very good. Okay, twist again. Lift body up, gently twist. Okay, in 10 seconds we're going to do this side to side kick. And if you get tired, that's okay. You can do, the ski patrol or just rock side to side. Five seconds. Seconds. Okay, hip rock. Okay, the next move is going to be the back kick. You don't have to lean on the bar. You just lean forward toward the bar so we can leverage the weight on our back. This is one where, if you're comfortable, you can do jumping jack. One minute. Hopefully you're feeling a little in the back now. When we're done with this, we're going to do the twist again. Ten seconds. All right, twist. Okay, the next move, we're going to do curls with the left arm. 1, 2, 3, just like that. You're pushing down and pulling up at the same time. I want to thank you for joining us and for sharing our program with other people. I had someone call me up today who picked up their own unit because they've been using their friend's Cellerciser. But their friend has made great progress with it, and that's what people are noticing. And for those who have an interest, and I say this reservedly, costs are going up, the value of our dollar is dropping. I hope I can continue to do this for a long time, and I can certainly support people, but it may get more difficult to produce a Cellerciser. It's a great unit. Switch arms. I think we're going to do the back of the arms after this one. Okay, last minute. Now, without even doing this, the first month I started Cellercising, my wife asked me if I was lifting weights. She said my arms look bigger. I had no idea what this was going to do at the time. I really appreciate the gentleman who wrote us tonight also about the martial arts. Okay, back line. Okay, so you're cupping your hand, pulling up and pushing down at the same time. Can also help increase flexibility in the shoulder, but you're gonna more likely feel this way. Because a lot of people don't work on these muscles very much, and so they get a lot softer behind the arm. So I like to pull up and push down. You see on the model here, they forgot to show them moving. And although you can do that, you can just push down and pull up. I like to get some movement into it. 15 seconds. And then we're going to switch to the other arm. 1, switch. Right, 30 seconds. Ooh. And then we're going to switch back to the other arm again. So if you're feeling it now, you're going to feel it more in a moment. Okay, switch arms back to the other one. I don't know about you, but I feel it. The neat thing about Cellercise is you're using your own weight and your own resistance, so it's a lot safer than using other types of equipment. Okay, 5 seconds. Okay, switch arms again. Just one more minute of this, and then we're going to cool down with the baby bounce. I'm going to add 2 more movements for the shoulders. That will help keep them flexible. You're giving a pretty good workout. All right, 10 seconds. Really push that. Pull up, push down. Okay, I want you to take your right arm, look underneath your shoulder, and pull it toward your chin. I'll add these movements into the routine. We'll do this for about 15 more seconds. And we'll do it with the other one. So the stretch, you're getting the stretch, but you're also getting this weightless weight. So it's helping to massage the tissue, increasing the circulation, help prevent lactic acid. I feel that. So we can do this for another 10 seconds, and then we'll just do the health of baby bounce for a minute. Okay, so just gently move up and down. You can kind of loosen up a little bit if you want. And thank you for being a part of the program tonight. If you like it, you feel good about it, please share it with others, and thank you for doing so. If you have any special requests, please type them up and we will get to them in a couple weeks. Is it a holiday in 2 weeks? I think it may be a holiday.
So,
Yeah, so we may end up going 3 weeks, but we can answer your questions during the week as well, if it's important. And feel free to give me a call anytime. Thank you. Have a great week. Think positive thoughts. Don't allow the negative into your life. You're too important. You really are. And you're here to be a difference and to make a difference. So thank you for being a difference. And remember, you don't have to work out when you play in. Thank you.